Mm. Hi, Felix. I was just talking to my sister, so I had myself muted. Also, as you can see, I have sort of removed Nightbot from the channel for now, so you can now spam caps. Okay, where were we? I have to. Ideally, I think the right thing to do when you're playing the game is to actually drink 3 cans of tea this time, not Monster Energy. But each can actually gives you like 10%. So the last one actually gives you an extra 5% that you can't really use. So I'm not gonna drink that last one because it feels a bit unhealthy, even though I love like canned tea a lot. I wish we had more varieties over here. And now we are gonna go to the surface and actually check on Dead Man. Hopefully. Or whatever quake, BT quake was caused.
Departing facility.
I still have a lot of stuff on me.
Sam, we've got a situation. The delivery for the research lab is ready for transport, but the chiral density is higher than anticipated. This may be due to the gatequake just now, but we've identified a new BT area in the vicinity of the lab. However, we have no BB pods on hand. I know you've got dooms, but without a pod, you're gonna struggle to determine exactly where the BTs are.
Don't worry, if I can get close enough, I should be able to see them. Seems like my dooms level or whatever went up at some point. Steer me in the right direction. I can take care of the rest.
Oh yeah? That's awesome. By the way, we finished a preliminary assessment of the BTs detected in the vicinity of the research lab. And we've prepared some weapons that should be effective against them. You're a pro. I know you can handle this. According to our initial survey, you can expect to encounter gazers in the field. If you make contact with a gazer, then another type of BT, a hunter will emerge from the tar and try to capture you. If they succeed in this, you'll come face to face with a massive BT known as a catcher. Now, you don't want to ever let a catcher consume you. It'll trigger a void out, obliterating the surrounding area and everyone in it. And when the dust settles, there'll only be a giant crater. So make sure to escape the catcher before that happens, or use the weapons at your disposal to eliminate it.
Well, this is kind of interesting, right? Previously, they did not explain how the BTs function. Like, you had to figure out that there was a gazer and a catcher. Like, this is the first time I'm actually hearing the terms here. Exactly as it says on the tin. Like, if you get caught in a void out, that area of the map was temporarily, like, because it's a game, they can't completely destroy everything, right? But it was temporarily, it had a huge crater, which made things kind of difficult for you to get out around. So ideally, you never want to have that happen. Also, no, I actually did not go to the shower after that.
Blood grenades. They use an active agent based on compounds derived from the blood and bodily fluids of doom sufferers, making them highly effective against BTs. You can practice using them in VR training. If you'd like to try them out, just access the delivery terminal to get started. Your other weapons won't do any damage to BTs. Shoot them all you like. They won't die. Make sure you're well prepared.
Yeah, at least that was the case in Death Stranding 1. I'm not sure whether it is changed in Death Stranding 2, because I remember specifically testing how a void out would work in that game, And I feel like I recall that crater disappearing later on in gameplay. It lasts for quite a while.
Alright, go ahead and pick up your next main order. I'll brief you on the details while you check your map.
Right, let's also entrust some cargo. This is cargo to Theodore Nido. Yeah, I'm gonna put these. Not entrust, I'm actually just gonna store them here, right? I have a lot of stuff. Let's... Actually, I'm gonna recycle all those resources. So we're gonna take one ladder. This is for the other area. One climbing anchor. And one PCC. One blood bag is enough too. And I'm gonna put this transporter boot inside. And fabricate another one. Because that is actually already worn out. Correct. I think the reason why they said that Sam got a level up in his dooms is because Lou is actually alive right now. Actually, she's no longer in the tank. And in order to allow Sam to have the same gameplay loop, what they've done is basically tell us that, hey, Sam has got a higher dooms level now so that he can actually see it without Lou's help. In theory, I think it's going to work the same as in the original Death Stranding 1, is in that you can't quite see it. Your order deck was going to tell you the general direction of where the BT is, and then when you get too close, that's when you're going to see it. Defeat the BTs near the former Geophysics Research Lab and deliver the prototype MP bullets. Yeah, we got 3 blood grenades. One,
Alright, Sam, you good to go?
a pretty
The new
small
BT area we've identified
package
is
too.
located in these ruins. If we don't do anything about it, eventually someone's gonna trigger a void out. So to prevent that, we need to neutralize all the BTs in this area. There's no shortage of collapsed buildings and hiding spots there, and the timefall isn't letting up anytime soon either. Since you'll also have cargo for the research lab with you, take care not to let it get damaged by the timefall or in any fights with BTs. An aid request for a timefall shelter was registered in that vicinity. If you build one near that spot, you can use it to escape any BTs that may be pursuing you. And if you stash your backpack in a timefall shelter, you can rest easy knowing your cargo's safe from the rain and devote your full attention to dealing with any threats. So
Oh,
if you
good
got room
point.
to carry a little extra, consider requisitioning a PCC and taking it along with you so you can fabricate a shelter for added peace of mind. You're the only one we can count on. Don't let us down.
This is very interesting, right? Like in the original, they almost never gave this much detail on what you can do. Because they gave the player enough wiggle room to sort of figure it out for themselves. Funnily enough, when you start the game, you do have Lou with you, and you also have the Lou interactions, just that it's a real baby instead of the baby in the tank. Alright, I gotta map out my route. Looks like you eventually have to climb up. Somebody's actually placed a ladder over here. Or maybe not. There's a path here, right? So probably can take the path and we'll go to the timefall area over here. Yeah, I definitely feel like they took a look at the original and were like, you know what? We kind of need to help people because they're not understanding the concepts here. And I'm totally okay with that in one sense. Because that means more newer players can get an idea of how to deal with the timefall and the BTs and everything. Like when I went into the training, for example, for stealth, I'm pretty sure they were not intending for me to use cargo to distract people, for example. But I actually threw cargo in that training mission to distract them. And did somebody climb up here? Is that why there's a sticker up there? So before you start the game, in the menu, there's a bit of a recap one. It doesn't do a very good job of it, I think. Like, there are so many concepts from the first game that you're not gonna understand if you start this game. So no, I recommend that if you want to skip the first game, at least watch a story video that explains the concepts of the first one. Because, like, we understand what BTs are, we understand what void outs are, we understand what porters are, right? We understand what the Cupid is doing, what the chiral network is, all these terms that most people will have no idea. We have a general idea of, and you're not going to have that background. You're not going to know what an extinction entity is, what a BT is, what the beach is, what the Death Stranding is, without that context. So I feel like if you're going to skip the first game, at least watch a story video for it. Pretty low weight, all things considered. Now, even though I said it like that, I feel like
Order accepted. Thank you.
this game is a lot more friendly to newer players. Like they're really laying out everything so you understand. Like even in the first area, we had a vehicle. Like not everyone is gonna use that, but the fact that it's there, and if a person went through the bandit camp, they would potentially run it and would sort of think to use it, right? So is the music a bit loud? Just let me know.
Take care of yourself, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you. Kindly.
You take care of that.
I was trying to interact with the sign. Do I have a container spray? I do, right? Okay, yeah. Because it's raining, we want to have at least one container spray with us when we're heading out. But since we are a bit light, we can sprint as well. Though I'm not sure that's a good idea to sprint. Because sprinting actually when it's raining is kind of dangerous. It's slippery.
Take care, Sam.
Here's something. Oh, this is actually cargo we need for on the way, so get on the back. It'll at least protect the main cargo from where, because that one is going to be on the top. Hopefully, this route is not going to flood. And with the additional stamina we got from drinking those tea, not Monster Energy this time, the tea, we can probably hoof it there for quite a while. What is that? Ominous music. Anti-timefall clothing. Now let me check my equipment before I get too far. Blood grenades, ladder. Yeah, this is the important thing because we need to build a timefall shelter back there. And I think timefall shelters actually do repair whatever gear you store under there. Well, what? Okay, I hope we're not getting a landslide or something.
Quake detected. Intensity. G-scale. 6.
And as you can see, we have a lot more weather effects. Quakes are one thing. It dislodges rocks and everything. It's possible to get landslides too, though I'm not sure whether that was a scripted event. Because at the start of the game there is another quake and it causes this huge landslide. I'm hearing something. I'm hearing a whale. Well, there's some equipment down there. We're not going back down to get it though. It's probably a lot more equipment on the way, a lot more stuff on the way that we can find. Because that is a sheer drop, I believe. Yeah, more or less. Oh wait, this is actually right here. We might be able to get it. Although this sort of puts us a bit away from our initial target. Well, it's a very libertarian take on what Mexico is. Slow down, Sam, slow down. Carry on back. And we are heading to point A over here to build a timefall shelter. And that is technically your cue that you are in BT territory. That little zoom out. Yeah, the location is actually not too far, so let me get rid of you for a second. Also, how is the latency on YouTube? Because I've actually changed it to ultra low latency. I think that reduces the quality of my stream, but I do believe it should go faster. The location is too far because this is right here. No, I mean, the physics research lab is in this general vicinity. I think it's up here. Oh no, it's over here. Yeah, you can see it right there. It's up on the mountains? How are we supposed to get up there? Anyway, I think timefall affects only this general area. The BTs only affect this general area, so this is a good place as any to put a shelter, and I do believe the side objective is fine. So I am going to take out a PVC and build a shelter. Yeah, and as you can see, the shelter is actually repairing our equipment. Now, this was a bit of a new thing. Like, it didn't tell you before as well that you could actually keep your cargo, but smarter players kind of figured, like, put 2 and 2 together. I mean, it's very obvious that that's something you can do, but still. However, somebody else has actually built a postbox really here, so I'm going to store everything in the postbox. It looks like you built a timefall shelter. For more than just keeping dry, you know, they help you. Yeah, they're basically telling us that they repair and will keep BTs at bay. Like, I was considering bringing another PCC to build a box, but with this here, we kind of don't need to. Oh, sorry, not what I intended. Something new you can do with post boxes is actually hide in them. But my intention was not to hide, but to activate the terminal so we can store all our stuff for now. Like everything except for the blood grenades is gonna go in there. Okay, and maybe the blood bag, we kind of need that. And I'm also going to quickly auto arrange every stuff. Oh, it's already been auto arranged. And now, as you can see, one BD is okay. We can actually see it from a distance, which was new. Like previously, the order deck will actually just point in the general direction. Wait, where exactly did I throw that? Oh, am I pressing too hard? Like I need to... Kind of wasted our grenades there, but okay. There's another one over here.
Ambient chiral density has fallen, but remains above normal range.
Basically an over-engineered umbrella, yeah. But we kind of need that over-engineered umbrella, and it's really helpful to have. I am pressing this way too hard. Wasting our grenades right there. The BT strands are... Okay, I'll pause here, just so that we don't get affected by the rain too much. The BT strands are actually connected to a very large BT that we don't kind of see. It's that large BT which causes the void out. Like once you are caught by the catcher, that like large humanoid BT will come down and snatch you. And I think the way it works is the pseudo explanation in the game is that BTs are creatures in the spiritual or the realm of the dead, right? They are made of antimatter, so to speak, according to the game. So when antimatter and matter, which you, the player, are come together, it causes that huge explosion, the void out. So even though you don't see it right now, unless you get caught by a void out, the strands are connected to one very large humanoid BT. Now you can think the name for these guys are gazes, right? You can sort of think of these guys as the trolls or the eyes of that large one. So when that large one catches your scent, it will send out the people in the tar to go get you. And the tar people will bring out the weird larger BTs to cause the void out. Oh, oops. Should not have done that. I'm actually covered in blood. I should not have gone in there. A light tap. There we go. You are. There's something else here too, right? Yeah, okay. Honestly, this kind of makes things a lot easier than before. Because previously you could not see these guys, and that made things a lot more difficult. And you are actually moving, oddly enough. Okay, only 5 more grenades left. Almost like it's hiding. No, something actually found me. And as you can see, once you get rid of the BTs, it sort of stops the time fall.
Ambient chiral density has fallen to within normal range. BT threat neutralized. Please deliver your cargo to the research lab.
You know what?
Too far away from your cargo.
Well, it's just a graphical effect, I believe, the blood one. It washes away if you either take a shower or are in the rain. I think it's gone now because we were in the rain all along. I will test a whiteout, maybe on a new game plus for now, but let's see. Because I don't want to mess with the terrain right now. And yes, I feel like you might have a point there too. If they're making it this easy to deal with BTs early on, it's probably very likely that we're going to face something even worse pretty soon. And as you can see, the areas where BTs were usually are. If you kill a BT, they usually give you chiral crystals. And somebody, this is also something I noticed like very early on. Okay, a duck, a rubber duck. That's their hologram. You know what? I'm gonna give you a like, Asako, just because I used your postbox. I completely forgot before. But yeah, as I was saying before, usually the game puts stuff like this. Oh, that's true. I didn't consider that. We could just save game and wait out reload. Though I'm not sure whether it automatically saves or not. Yeah, but yeah, the PCC, in case you forgot to bring one, there's one right here. The game being like very generous right there. So I am gonna head over here and give Asako some likes.
This one's for you. Thank you kindly.
Because we actually found a pretty useful one. Asuka Ayo, okay, I get it. This is, yeah, I'm not sure whether the Sword Art Online avatar is related to their name or not. Let's take out everything. I'm gonna place the rest of the blood grenades here. In case another player finds this, they could probably use it. And I'm also gonna place this PCC here in this post box. I am very heavily loaded because of all this. Yeah, I'm gonna share the PCC.
Thank you for your cooperation. All contributions are welcome.
And probably the container repair spray, right?
Thank you for your cooperation.
All right, I can do this in
All
multiple
contributions
ways.
are welcome.
I'm gonna keep these two just in case. Yeah.
Thank you for your cooperation. All contributions are welcome.
And that puts us squarely in a nice amount of weight. So we're gonna head over here, repair everything, and then set off to meet Dead Man, probably. What's the benefit? There actually isn't any benefit, it's just you're helping other people out, right? Because I don't think people can actually give you, like, if you build a structure like this, if somebody else came to this structure, they can give you likes, but that's about it. The whole concept of the game is like this, helping people out, right? Connecting each other with strands of little kindness that you can do. And honestly, it feels kind of nice. Yeah, insofar as I know, it's, well, other than maybe bragging rights, it's kind of useless. You could probably be like, later on, we're going to be able to see what is called a bridge link, which allows you to see how other people are doing. And you could be the top of the leaderboard in that case, but it's just for bragging rights. It doesn't really matter as much. Oh, he has a blood grenade, okay. So yeah, like I was saying before, if you ran out of blood grenades, here's one. The game generally just putting it there. Pretty much, that's the main idea anyways. And the game actually has a way of making you feel nice about it too. Because when you log in, I think after a rest, once you get the bridge link, you get messages letting people know that, hey, these guys were able to use the equipment you left. I guess I remember the near ending because I completed it myself. Like, you lose all your saves. Your one save is like one life for them. So they are using the multiple saves of other people to get to that final ending. Yep, agreed. If you haven't heard the track for the first game, I can't recommend it enough because there are days where I'll constantly listen to it at work. Something tells me I could have probably found an easier route than this. Yeah, I am definitely heading in a very weird route. There we go.
Good evening, Sam. ID confirmed. Welcome, Sam.
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Deliver and report. Alex Weatherstone. Okay, Geophysics Research Lab. That's probably what's going to give us the weather information. So this is not the facility where Dead Man is. I was wondering why we got here so quickly, but that was not the case. We have a lot of stuff that we managed to recover that this area needs. And if I remember correctly, they might be giving us weapons to deal with BTs, like ammo and whatnot.
Long time no see, Sam. Though, having said that, I realize you probably don't recognize me like this.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, why don't you let me take a look at your orders? Now that's a delivery done right. I appreciate that you're always striving for perfection. Oh, picked up some lost cargo, I see. Should be a nice surprise for someone. We never doubted you'd show. Reliable as ever. A man you can count on. We're ready for you to link us up with your Cupid. Once you do, you'll have fulfilled your objective of bringing the entirety of Mexico onto the chiral network.
It's gonna feel that way, right? Because Deadman seems to be involved in some research that is probably antagonizing someone out there. And we haven't met any antagonists just yet. I feel like that would be a good point to introduce them. That one little red spot, which makes me wonder if there's a way to connect that. Alex Weatherstone, okay. Because he's likely going to give us the weather forecasts. Yep, this is exactly what I was talking about. Like, they're going to give us a gun that is effective against BTs.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Oh, I went from Silent Handler to Adept Handler again. I kind of wanted the Handler title. My servicemanship is a little too high.
So, Sam, don't suppose you remember who I am?
You're the guy who was
I used to
back
work
at the
the
weather
weather
station?
back in the UCA. I was a Bridges employee, reporting directly to Deadman. So, when I was offered the opportunity to collaborate with him here, studying the Death Stranding and BTs, I jumped at the chance, and here I am. And now, you're here too. You actually couldn't have come at a better time. Shortly before your arrival, chiral density levels started to climb, hitting significantly higher ranges than before. This kind of spike is indicative of an imminent giant BT appearance. I've shared with you some MP bullets that should be very effective against BTs. Because if a giant BT is on the way, then we're gonna need you to put it down.
Interesting. Like, in the first Death Stranding, you really don't want to be, like, caught up in. Like, Sam was not responsible for taking care of BTs at all, right? Like, you knew he could take care of them, but none of the NPCs actually asked him to do it, but now they're actually relying on him to do so.
Chiral density levels in this region have been fluctuating wildly. We've been seeing a lot of gatequakes and seismic activity as well. It's almost certainly related to recent shifts in the tar currents. Our analysis of these anomalies has led us to believe that the arrival of a giant BT is all but imminent. What the data doesn't tell us is exactly where it might appear. Our chiral monitoring equipment just wasn't precise enough to zero in. Now that you've connected us to the network, though, we should be able to make more accurate predictions. We seriously owe you. Well, the delivery you were kind enough to bring us contained a shipment of MP bullets that have anti-BT properties. This ammunition will turn your average assault rifle into a BT killing machine. You can also fabricate blood grenades if you want to keep a few on hand. Before you head back out, review your options and requisition any weapons you think you might need. We've set aside a ton of extra materials just for this purpose. It's hard to know when this giant BT is going to appear. So for now, you should rest up in your private room and prepare for a potential fight. That's both mine and Deadman's recommendation. We'll keep you posted, Sam.
Oh, we're actually going straight to the private room. But they usually avoided giant BTs as much as possible because it's only through Sam's research, like Sam's journey, they slowly managed to fight back, right? So why are we sort of bleeding? That might actually be the effect of one of the blood grenades. Like, it might be because we got hit by the blood grenade. That cutscene was slightly different. I'm guessing Deadman is gonna show up here.
It's been too long, Sam. You were a good friend to me. One I could never forget. Which is why I took steps to ensure that this message would only play upon your arrival. The sensors were set to scan for your biometric data. A simple enough trick. Now, this was originally a geophysics laboratory established for the study of earthquakes. And for that reason, it holds a wealth of documentation on gatequakes, tar currents, and placates. As well, I discovered, as research
Oh, that's
on
him.
the other side.
He pulled this on in the first game too, sort of.
Now, what I'm about to tell you, I learned after I came to this place. Imagine that this is the lab. Though it's relatively close to the northern tip of South America, the continent is entirely cut off from us by a tar belt. And so we have no idea what's going on down there.
Okay.
Nor do we know the state of any continent other than our own. The researchers here were trying to establish contact with the rest of the world. They were well equipped to do so, as the facility had once been used to launch research satellites.
Deadman and his
So they tried
explanations.
launching a variety of probes and drones in the hope of obtaining observational data, with no success. The Earth, you see, is shrouded in a thick layer of chiralium that renders electronics inoperable at altitude.
Okay, this is a new thing. Clouds had appeared after Death Stranding. Okay, we knew that clouds appeared even before, and that if you got hit by the rain from then, you started to age like really quickly, like time passed really quickly. But this is new. Like, we didn't know that they were in layers and that electrical equipment didn't work or that it obstructed radio waves. So you can't actually fly or go into space now. Nothing more than 5 dreams, according to this text.
So they tried sending ships across the ocean. Oh, yes. Oh, but that failed too. The high concentration of chiralium in open water bust the ocean. Oh, yes. Oh, but that failed too. The high concentration of chiralium in open water. But then some rather rare birds on their doorsteps. Birds not native to the region. Nice birdie, nice birdie.
Oh, are you sort of indicating that this might be one of the antagonists for pretending to be Deadman?
And that, my friend, was just the beginning. Not far from the lab, they discovered a strange anomaly.
Okay.
Well, the surrounding area was heavily contaminated with chiralium. Yes. This beautiful. The researchers would later dub the anomaly a plate gate. But further investigation revealed that it came into existence when you began to expand the chiral network across North America,
Oh,
and that the gate grew larger in tandem with the network itself. What started as a tiny fissure in space became so much more. The researchers duly installed cameras to study the gate and its surrounding area. Now, to their surprise, they caught footage of some unusual marsupials. Yes, a kind you wouldn't expect to normally encounter in
oh,
Central
I see. So the
America.
gate is actually what's connecting us to Australia.
Confirmed their suspicions. They sent an autonomous robot through the gate. The soil samples it collected were consistent with the archived geological data from the southern hemisphere.
It's a good shot right there. The
Not
camera
long
work.
after, several men and women came through the gate. They spoke English, and they confirmed that they had indeed come from faraway Australia. We finally knew the world outside North and Central America had survived. Ours was not the last bastion of humanity, but Australia had suffered the Death Stranding too. Undeterred, the researchers began working closely with Bridges and conducted a series of tests, paving the way for an expedition to Australia that would lay the groundwork for chiral network expansion. After they had first installed surveillance equipment, that is, so that the gate could be monitored from the Mexican side, a necessity to this day as Australia is not yet connected to the chiral network. The UCA may not have dreams of conquest and control, but they aren't about to let just anyone use the gate. Indeed, that's one of the reasons they were so determined to connect Australia to the network in the first place. Well, I suppose that's all I have to say about the plate gate.
Let's take a look more at the plate gate once more. It's so dumb. I'm actually kind of fascinated by the way he's explaining everything. Like, it's enough that we could, like, I immediately knew they were talking about Australia because it was a koala and a kangaroo. A phenomenon that appeared near the research lab in Mexico. The travel between the two continents is the only plate gate currently in existence. We know that, like, time in the world of death doesn't exist. That's how, how do I put it? That's how the chiral network works, right? The idea of the chiral network is that you're passing it through the realm of the dead, and because time does not exist over there, the data transfer is almost instantaneous. It's going to be interesting if they release a third game exploring those areas. I am definitely down if they do.
There's something else that I need to tell you, though. Something far more important. Mind if I pause it here? I have to go take a shower.
Okay, I see.
Gate quake detected. Sam, a gigantic BT just showed up outside. We're prepping weapons for you now. Access the terminal up top and take whatever you need. We're counting on you.
Okay, we are in for an action sequence, and I'm usually not good at the action sequences in this game. The fact that he said, I'm going to pause it now, and I'm going to take a shower, that means that if we use the shower, which I don't think we can use right now, he's going to appear inside there and give us whatever information. The reason he does that is because the shower is the only place that is not monitored by the UCA, or in this case, the APCA. Oh, yeah, the APAC, not the APCA. So he's trying to give us information without letting this group of people know. I'm gonna take a drink just to increase our stamina. A chiral tea, as it were. Well, the main reason is that the deal is that if we help them, well, technically they're not asking Sam. It's more like they ask Fragile, and Fragile is asking Sam. And Fragile is like, if you help us with this, we will negotiate with the APAC to stop them from following you, because they are technically, like, Sam technically made off with UCA property, or Lou, or when she was a bridge baby. Because what the UCA does is they dispose of the babies after they're done using them, and they usually die in that little pod. But Lou survives, and that's why Sam has been on the run ever since then. So Fragile was like, okay, do this, and we'll take care of your UCA or APAC problem. Although whether she can do that for Lou is a bit questionable, because she was like, okay, I'm not sure about Lou though, or something along that line. So technically, it's the same as before. Like, we are not doing it because we want to, because we're doing it because we sort of have to. And right now, it's not quite sure whether the APAC is up to anything, right? It's been BTs and Timefall as... Oh, and Bandits, I guess, as enemies for now.
Manifestation imminent. Access the delivery terminal to make preparations for combat.
Fragile was initially working for her own company, Fragile Express. Oh, actually, let me check whether I can do it. I can do that, because I felt like we couldn't shower there. That's why I actually went out, because it's a bit of an urgent situation, right? Fragile was actually working for her own company called Fragile Express. So what happened was, after Sam connected the USA, they managed to automate all the deliveries in that region by using robots. So because the robots were so efficient, the other porters sort of went out of business. Fragile, sorry, Sam, I didn't mean to say anything there. Fragile, in order to sort of keep her own work up, started her own different company in other areas which were not connected to the US. And so she made Drawbridge. In this case, Drawbridge is the one who's asking Sam to do everything, but Drawbridge itself is contracted by the APAC to do the connection. It's like when you outsource, say, a designer or somebody in a company. Like, you outsource an agency to find a designer. Oh, I can actually use the toilet or the shower. Although I'm not sure the cutscene is going to trigger in this situation. Yeah, that was the case. We might need to deal with the BT first before we can get the additional cutscene. Yeah, a proxy is basically, right? It's a proxy to getting another proxy. However, one thing I've been suspecting is that this is all sort of an elaborate trap at the same time to make sure, like, Sam and Lou are separated. So we are gonna fabricate an assault rifle and some blood grenades. Do I want to? Do I really need to? I guess it wouldn't hurt, right? 2 packs as well. We have enough materials. Will this be enough though? My grenade pouch actually has a used one, so I'm gonna place you in the locker. And even this one is used. Technically, I should be recycling these because they're no longer useful. So I have 15 blood grenades and 2 assault rifles, which should be enough. Also gonna store the ladder because I don't think we're gonna be able to use it in whatever combat situation we're in. 1 blood bag should be fine, right? 1. Like, since it's very early on, I don't kind of see them making it too difficult for us. Don't believe there's anything else we can do, right? Unless we're activating, like, no side quests or anything. Yeah, no, you can't take on orders or do anything else. That's not creepy or anything. Okay, this is a completely new type of BT. Because most BTs were very aquatic. And it has even a health bar and everything. Ow. Oh, yeah, okay. It's teaching me how to evade. L2 and X. Whoa. Okay, we have a proper boss fight for once. You aren't even giving up this whole... Do I have to get out of range? I'm actually running out of stamina. Okay, so maybe one... I was expecting to do a lot more damage here. That's actually use some grenades, right? Oh, there's a blood bag. Yeah, you, even in the other game, when you were caught, you actually see the larger BTs. I feel like you don't need too much dooms to see these guys. It's the Gazers, the ones that are searching for you that are usually invisible to most people. Okay, where the heck is he going? An assault rifle! It's actually another player!
Give it to me!
Oh, I should have dodged. Oh no. Get up, Sam! I feel like it should, although it doesn't quite seem to be working that way. It feels more like we're doing the same amount of damage. Where did it go now? It might be that weak spot opens up, the one at the middle. Because I feel like we do more damage when we can hit that area. Yeah, he's fighting again. Yeah, that's pretty much what the same mindset I have. Which is why, even though I'm aiming the blood grenades randomly, I'm actually using it to open up their weak spot. Okay, where are you now? Oh, I missed. There's a weird lock-on that's sort of preventing me from dodging sometimes. Like, sometimes I'll dodge. But we have a canteen too? I didn't even realize we had a canteen all this time. Yeah, it definitely feels like you're doing a lot more damage that way.
Throw me a fucking bone!
Oh, thank you. You are aiming very far. Yeah, that move is getting me. I should realize that I need to dodge way sooner. You do. It's hold L2 and then press X to dodge. The thing though is that L2 is also your aim button, and that's somehow auto-locking me to the other one. We almost got it though. Yeah, there you see, I'm actually pressing L2 and X But for some reason, it's turning to aim. Might be that I'm not understanding the mechanics quite well just yet. And hey, we actually made it. Without a death too. Or maybe not. Oh, never mind. I thought that was a phase 2. In A rank. I might try this again just to get an S. Once we get a handle of how to dodge, actually. Oh, I'm like 150. If I had like 1% off, we might have actually gotten an S rank.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
These are actually the chiral crystals.
Sam, this is Alex. You did it! We've confirmed the chiral crystallization of the giant BT. Local chiral density is already dropping fast. I think we can all rest easy for now. You've saved a lot of lives by killing that monstrosity. We won't forget that. Head to the research lab's private room and take a break. You've earned it.
I might as well collect all this. Definitely a stronghold, right? Because like, as long as corpses are not being dismantled properly, it's likely it's gonna happen again. And all the people who helped me, unfortunately, I can't thank them now. I wish they'd allowed us to apply likes
Hello!
to these afterwards. But hey, a good amount of equipment for us just to stockpile. I'm not even sure we can carry everything. Back to the research lab, and now maybe we can actually make sense of what Deadman was about to tell us. I'm also seeing the path now that I missed before. Oh yeah, the canteen. I completely forgot about this one. Well, I wouldn't say forget. It's more like I remember this was around, but I thought we didn't have it till now. But I think that's the amount we can drink. The rest is blocked off. The sun is out and it's not too bright, because it is now possible to get sunburn in this game too. Oh, come on. Like, there's a piece of large equipment right here. This is gonna put us over the level. Well, I might as well deliberate for more likes. Yep. Well, I'm not sure what the debuff is. It just... it gives Sam a sunburnt look. It's possible that it actually makes your stamina recover slowly, because we haven't quite figured that one out. Like, if you look at the stickers, they have the stickers for ice and heat, right? For cold and heat. So they'll probably affect him in different ways. Well, like I said, I'm not sure what the sunburn debuff does. Just that it is possible for Sam to be sunburned.
Buen dia. Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
And the game sort of acknowledges it. Because if you,
Gotcha.
like, do it... If you head back to your room with the sunburn debuff, it sort of heals you from it. You are covered in tar and muck.
Hey, Sam. I've been waiting for you. Stuff goes missing all the time, but it looks like today is our lucky day.
We couldn't get to rank 2.
Porter grade.
I gotta say, Sam, you're looking pretty beat. You know you can borrow the private room whenever you want, right? Don't kill yourself for our sakes.
That is what I intend to do, big man.
Completed. Well done.
And now I'm actually gonna put in some stuff. I'm gonna take out these and recycle them. It's probably because we only delivered one large cargo. The rest of the stuff is not theirs. Like, it's all on Sam. It's all equipment. So what I'm gonna do right now is put these on Sam's back. Fabricate, like, recycle all those stuff that is almost empty. Or empty. Might as well max out the chiral crystals here too. And then I'm gonna put some of these... I'm gonna share some of these with the other players, right? Because most likely newer players are actually gonna come over here. And they'll probably need equipment too. So, except for one MP rifle. Probably put in all the blood grenades, couple of blood bags. Because my playstyle is that I usually avoid BTs as much as possible, so unless the game is going to force me into a boss encounter, I'm not going to do it. We're going to just donate these to each and every one of them. Like, you can see someone else is actually given us a blood bag in case we needed it. Our vehicle is actually back in the villa area. Almonte. We couldn't use it to cross over because we went through the mountains, right? And there wasn't a path that we could use with the vehicle. So yeah, I'm gonna just donate these to everyone else.
Thank you for your cooperation. All contributions are welcome.
And might as well recycle that one MP that is sort of lacking bullets. Okay, this looks like a good spread to have. And now we can probably talk with Deadman. It's kind of funny that the NPC talked to. I'm wondering if we'll still have the car when we go back. Because I get the feeling, because it wasn't stored properly, it's going to disappear. Okay, now you're getting a cutscene where Sam is actually quite exhausted from the battle. Okay, no, so no dead man in the shower. He definitely needed the sleep, though.
As I
wish I-
said before.
Okay,
there's
never
something I need
mind.
to tell you. It's about Lou. You see, after you left Bridges, I decided to do a little digging into BB-28's past. That is, Lou's. I found the BB decommissioning records. Now, according to them, BB-28 was flagged for disposal and subsequently incinerated 4 years ago, long before you and Lou first met.
That's BB-28?
This is the child officially identified as BB-28. But if you look closer, Sam, you see at once that it can't possibly be Lou. Right there at the elbow, where the birthmark should be. Nothing. Which means we have another BB-28 on our hands. The one with whom you memorably went west and back not so long ago. That is Lou. Per regulations, the serial number assigned to each BB was unique. No two units should have ever been assigned the same one. I've cross-checked the details with the most up-to-date entries in the UCA database. And indeed, there is no reason to believe BB-28 survived. All of which can only mean, Sam, that the bridge baby you carried with you on your journey across America, Lou, was never recorded in the official database. So,
In one sense, that also means that Lou is no longer in trouble, right? Because according to their database, Lou has already been disposed of. And yeah, with Dead Man's help, Sam faked Lou's disposal and removed the baby from the pod. And for some reason, she survived, which was not supposed to happen. These corpus entries are kind of weird to me. Like, they are telling you the same information that is being said in the game right now. Like, normally, they give data entries usually give additional information, but that is not the case. So it is quite possible that you don't need to read all these entries. It's more like a recap of what's being said on the scene.
where then did Lou come from? Right now, your guess is as good as mine. But as worrying as that sounds, this could actually be to your advantage, since it's functionally impossible for the UCA or Bridges to track a BB of which they have no record.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Which is lucky, because if they did know about a BB that could live and grow outside the pod, they'd want to secure it for study. So take comfort in the knowledge that they don't, that you're free, that you can bring up Lou in peace. How is it, by the way? The two of you living as a family. Right. I have gifts for you. A few things to take back home. An assortment of vaccines to be administered as your child grows up. We want Lou to live a long and healthy life. And it's natural for children to be afraid of shots. Maybe this will help put Lou's mind at ease. A token of my affection. You can collect it via the delivery terminal when you leave. I wonder how big Lou will get. Anyway, there's one more thing I wanted to share with you. As you know,
Oh, Dead Man's
everyone
already
is free
dead.
to go to their own beach when
That's
they die.
probably why he can't meet with
But
us.
unlike most people, I wasn't born from a mother. I was born from an artificial womb. Transplants provided the organs I never had. I was incomplete and had no beach, I believed. But I wasn't about to accept that. I went back home to study the Ha and Ka and the beach. I threw myself into my work, Sam. I tried. But I think I've done all that I can.
Yeah, that body on the
In
table
the end,
is him.
I'm still a patchwork Frankenstein's monster. One that's just about worn out. As a doctor, I can tell you, I don't have long left. So I've devoted my remaining time to research. That's why I'm here, Sam. Where I can focus on the beach. There's so much data here, Sam. On beach formation, jumping via beaches, the relationship between the beach and plate gates. All the evidence you could ever wish for. Not enough to solve every mystery, perhaps, but enough for me to make an incredible personal discovery. That I have a beach after all. It doesn't matter how I was born. I have lived as a human. And thus do I possess a beach like any other. I am not a machine, but a person with a Ha and a Ka and a beach to go with them. Lastly, I have a confession for you, along with a heartfelt apology. I told you once that I didn't have dooms. But that's not actually true. Not that I was lying, you understand. I just didn't know. It was only after I found my beach that I realized. Chiral, allergic reaction. I can feel it getting closer. I'm off to the beach, Sam. To my beach. Take care of yourself.
Sam.
Did you know about this?
No. It's news to me, too. I'm sorry that that man is gone. But he would have been pleased that you managed to extend the UCA network all the way to his lab. Thank you, Sam.
I guess I'm homeward bound.
Missing little Lou that badly?
You know I am.
Come on back, Sam. Lou misses you too.
Okay. Map filters. Okay, sure. Let's give you a like, even though you don't actually give me anything here. My friends are doing much better thanks to the remote medical units. We got a lot of older people living here, so they're going to be really helpful. The chiral network is a gift that keeps giving. I checked out my baby as well. It's stopped growing, but it seems to be doing well in there. I still don't know what's going on, but I feel less anxious than I did anyway. The chiral network's nothing short of miraculous. It's all thanks to that poor guy. How did Fragile get healed from the timefall? I do not know. I don't think she is completely healed. Although it kind of seems like our arms are no longer, like her whole body is not suffering entirely from it, right? I'd actually completely forgotten that was the case until you mentioned it right now. As for a retrospective correction, I'm gonna wait a bit to decide on whether that's the case, because if they're going somewhere, like if that is just some way to, like, say, give Sam and Lou a way to break from the UCA, a retrospective correction just for that, then yes, maybe. But if that correction is actually, but if that change where Lou is another baby is used in the plot, well, then we might need to reassess. Now, one thing I can say is the dead man scene here is they probably got rid of him gameplay wise because they couldn't use his likeness too much. Because I noticed, like, when the game started, they said a special appearance by Guillermo del Toro, right? Not a full name. Like, the special appearance part was letting you know that, hey, something's up. It's good to tell that you like the story, but it's also not a bad thing to criticize the story for it having plot holes, right? That's how devs improve. Like, if you really like something, you should be free to criticize it. I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just that I'm gonna wait on whether I decide that is a loophole or not they just plugged in. It wasn't meant in a way that I was like, hey, don't criticize it, I don't like it. That's not the case. I think your criticism is very valid, and I accept it. But yeah, I think this might be a good place to stop for now. It's 11 p.m. and I'll probably need to clock in for work early on tomorrow. So yeah, thanks for joining me on the run today, Calix. Hopefully you enjoyed the time that we had on Death Stranding 2 as well. Now, I might take a break tomorrow just to make sure I don't get too rusty on Expedition. But after that, we'll continue our Death Stranding story either way. For now, let us go to sleep, and after the sleep, I'm gonna save and call it myself. Let me just save here. I'm gonna make it. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm half tempted to go back to the original save, just so I could try and S-rank that boss. But you know what? Never mind. I'll probably play the game a second time anyways. So yeah, let's override it. And before I log off, I'll have Sam do a little thumbs up for us. So if anyone else is watching, take care, good night, and stay safe. Bye.